In this video, I want to show you how you can use reference images in ARCHICAD. But first, let's give a look to another template. We saw some of these templates that you can find in the website, which are samples that you can use to start to get accustomed to the software, to familiarize with the various tools. And I want to show you first this sample right here, which is a really nice house. So if you go here in general 3D view, you can see also here in the navigator, you have the main views right here. So for example, if I go in the 3D, I only have like the generic perspective, generic assonometry, and I can navigate. We already know how we can navigate into the scene, and that's fine. But what if I want to have more views? So these are the main, the most important. But if you go here from project map to view map, this is where you can have like additional views. So depending on what you are looking for, like plan views or sections and elevations. Here in the general, you can see you have perspective and assonometry, but you also have this 3D view with neighborhood and view interior. And you can also create more, of course, but this is just to explore the template. We're gonna see these things later on in the course. And if we move around here, yeah, we can definitely do that. Now we can go in the outside and in the interiors. And if we want to move more like in first person, remember that we can use the explore. And you have a set of tools here to use the explore function. So we can do 3D explore, and this is going to look more immersive. And remember that we can use also virtual reality with ARCHICAD and other tools, but we're going to see this later. This is just to show you that you can move around and navigate and do like experience the house, so how it's gonna work with the stairs and everything. So you can move around. You can also press the J. You have the joystick. You can move around with this other navigation tool, and you have the speed. You can move up and down. If you use the C, you move down. If you use spacebar, you move up. And again, when you're finished, press ESC, and you are inside. You're ready for a 3D view here. Or you can just get inside the Explorer again. And these are all the shortcut keys. Now, another way to navigate the scene. Let me show you another file. So I'm going to open up another template. This one here is a shop or a restaurant. So it's a retail design. It's another like scenario that we can see. And I want to show you how in this project they use different views to express different and to present, to visualize different parts of the projects, but staying in the same view. So again, I'm going to open the library here, and there you go. So let's jump directly in the navigator. And you can see that this is the project. So if I see here in the stories, I only have a ground floor. So you can see if I double click, I can see the ground floor. So this is just one view. But if I go in the other views here and navigate into the floor, so let's go here in the various views. You can see you have ground floor electrics. So this is kind of a variant to the original ground floor plan view. So you can create more variants. You can create different drawings, different views, starting from a core view, a main view. But we're gonna see this later. This is just to show you again how you can use the navigator. So you can navigate the scene 3D. You can navigate using this management tool right here, and you will find more probably views here for different purposes. So now let's go into our project. I'm gonna open up another one. So in this video, we're gonna see how we can import other references inside ARCHICAD. So in the previous video, we saw how we can import just CAD files. So scalable vector graphics, DXF, DWGs, so all CAD files coming from AutoCAD or CAD applications that you can find in open source, or you can find out many different software for CAD. And in this video, instead, we're gonna go for the images. So this is another way you can find your references. You can find them in a CAD format, or you can find them in a JPEG format or PDF format, or you can find really any type of format out there. But the goal here is to convert these images into, well, CAD or BIM. It's more appropriate to use the BIM elements here, the BIM object, but you can also convert these to CAD object. You can trace the image and turn the pixels into vectors. This is essentially what we're gonna do here. And you can use, again, the 2D, simple 2D drawings, or you can use building information modeling objects and elements that we find here in ARCHICAD. So first of all, let's find an image. So in my case, I have these images in my computer, and I place these in kind of a different scenarios. So this is kind of the worst scenario here on the left, where you have an image which is probably being scanned or like copied with a old photocopy machine, or it's an old plan view of an apartment, and this is like the worst scenario because it's really not precise at all. It has a lot of errors probably, so you need to go there probably and take some measure directly inside, because this is really awful. And you don't have any dimension, so you don't have any exact reference here. You need to guess, you need to interpret a lot the drawing that you're seeing. So this is, again, the worst scenario right here on the left. And this one here is that it's a little bit better. So it's kind of a it's a nice plan view. Probably this was developed with a graphic design software or with a CAD software, so it looks okay, it looks precise, but still doesn't have dimensions. So I only can see here the areas, but I don't have a precise measure. I don't have a clue of, for example, how much space I have here, and what is the length of this wall or this door, what is the width of this table. I don't know anything here, so I need to guess it again. I need to interpret the drawing better if I can go directly in the house and take some measures, so I will be sure that that's going to be more precise. Now let's go ahead. Well, in this scenario here, you can see I've already traced some of these image. Well, this is the best scenario if you're using images, if you have a plan view digitally or analogical. So if you have like a printed piece of paper you want to scan, that's fine. But the important thing of this drawing here is that we have dimensions. So I know exactly that this will be 3 meters 62 centimeters. So this is really helpful when you need to trace, when you need to recreate something in CAD or BIM, is to have some dimensions. And of course, this is the CAD file, which is the best scenario of all, because you have the correct scale, everything is precise, and this is vector graphics. So if I zoom a lot, I will never see losing quality. I will never see like blurred pixels or things like that. If I do the same thing here with the image, the more I will zoom, the more I will get blurred lines and everything will be less precise. So this is the main difference between using vector graphics, as we did in the previous video, and standard images, as we're going to do in this video right here. If you don't have images, you can get it from the web. You can search in Google plan view or blueprints and you can find one. In my case, I already have some of these in my computer. So this is, again, the worst scenario here. It's coming from a scanner and it's looking really bad and old. So the first way you can insert references like images in ARCHICAD is just to click, drag, and drop, just as we did with the AutoCAD file in the previous lesson. So I'm going to click and drag, drop it, and that's it. So this is going to be my image. But you can see that, well, these other are already in the correct size, but this one here, it looks a little bit bigger. So you need to rescale this, you need to resize it correctly. I'm going to show you how to do that. But let's see also another way you can insert images. So if you go into File, you can go into External